So just a couple of weeks back I dropped a review for a pair of Adidas which was called Japan, which I thought that is gonna be the today's pair. I really didn't pay too much attention to the details. Of course I was quite disappointed with that release, which even though had good materials wasn't as good as expected. But I finally managed to get the proper one, guys. So in today's video we're gonna have a look at this 1964 inspired Adidas Japan. Hello guys and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a like. It really help out the channel. As I said earlier, guys, in today's video we're gonna have a look finally at this specific release for the Adidas Japan. So let's go ahead and start with the box, guys, which as you can see will come in this brown color, which will have a lot of this Adidas lettering and also a 3-4 logo on top of the lid. Then on each side we're gonna have the Adidas logo and the 3-4 logo and some perforation holes as well. So let's just go ahead and take them out, guys. So in today's video we're gonna have a look at 1 out of 4 colorways, if I'm not mistaken, available for now for this Adidas Japan. So I finally managed to get this Adidas Japan, guys. As I said earlier, a couple of weeks back, I was expecting something very similar to this one, but it seems that Adidas has decided to give us 2 different shoes with the same name. Not entirely sure why. Nevertheless, I finally managed to get this one in, which at least in my opinion it's much nicer than the first one, for which I dropped a review a couple of weeks back. So the retail price will be completely the same as the first one, which will be £100 here in the UK or around 115 US dollars. But this one most definitely has quite good and nicer materials. We're also gonna have some padding, and at least comparing with the first one, even the midsole it's a bit higher. Fortunately this one it's a woman's release, guys, but it's going up to UK 13 or US 12.5. So if you are in this sizing bracket, most definitely you can go for this one. It will be true to size, so you don't have to worry about it too much. As I said earlier, this one actually dropped in 4 or 5 colorways for now. To be honest, I placed the order mid-January and I barely got it now in the first week of February. But I finally have it here, guys, and I'm quite pleased with the materials and the looks for this pair, which most definitely can replace any pairs of Samba or Gazelles, at least in my opinion, of course. This one I really feel that brings quite nice materials. As I said earlier, it will also have some padding, which most definitely will feel much nicer on foot. And even though we're gonna have a rubber midsole, which doesn't give any comfort whatsoever, we're gonna have a very nice foam insole inside, which feels actually quite nice underfoot. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and also do a small breakdown of this very nice pair of Adidas Japan. So as you can see, for this upper we're gonna have a mix of 2 materials, I would say. One of it will be this suede material in this blue color, which will cover the front part of the toe section and also slightly on the middle. Then this one in the same color will also cover the whole heel section as well. The same suede will be present also here in the midfoot for these 3 stripes, which will come in this gray color, and they will be available on both medial and lateral side. And then the same suede material in this gray color will be present here just above the heel section, where on top we will also have pressed down the 3-4 logo and also the Adidas lettering, which will come in this blue color. So these ones will be the overlays, guys, and underneath we're gonna have this very nice tumble leather in this blue color, which as you can see at the front and also in the midfoot we will also have a lot of perforation holes to give it some breathability. This one will also be present for the lacing system. Most definitely this one feels quite nice to the touch. I really like this texture. So for this one, we're also gonna have here on the lateral side of the ankle section the Adidas Japan, which will come in this gold lettering. As in for the actual lacing system, we're gonna have your normal punch out holes. Here at the top we're also gonna have a plastic eyelet as well. These ones will keep in place these white flat laces, but in the actual box we're gonna receive a second pair in a blue color, which will match perfectly with this leather. So underneath these laces we're gonna have this tumble leather, which will come in this white color. And I need to admit that this one doesn't have any padding underneath. For sure I would have preferred to have like a foam padding or something, and also some perforation holes. For sure it would have helped with the breathability. Nevertheless, this one is still quite nice, and as you can see towards the top we're gonna have this very nice blue tag, which will have written on top the Adidas Japan alongside the Trifo logo. So going now inside of the shoe, guys, for this one we're gonna have this silky whitish lining, which underneath will have a decent amount of padding, nothing too much to be honest. And also at the bottom, as I said earlier, we're gonna have a very nice foam insole, which feels actually quite thick. This one will also have a bit of support here in the midfoot. This one will have, if I'm not mistaken, roughly the same silky effect for this lining, which on top will have a lot of these Adidas letterings and also a Trifo logo, which will come in this blue color. So now guys, we can go to this rubber midsole slash outsole, which will come in this cream to yellow, I would say. So this one, it's actually quite thin here at the front, while from the midfoot to the back this one doubles or even triples in height. It's gonna be a rubber midsole, so as I said earlier, the level of comfort won't be too good. This one also have this very simple design with these lines leaning towards the front. But as I said earlier, we have that foam insole inside, which is actually quite thick, and it will actually give a very good level of comfort. So now we can finish with this outsole, which has this herringbone design. If I'm not mistaken, this one is almost the same as the other Adidas Japan, for which I dropped a review a couple of weeks back. This one also have this Adidas lettering here in the midfoot. Rather than that, I would say that this one is actually quite a simple one. As in for the actual sizing, guys, as this one is a woman's release, I just went with my true to size, and I need to admit that this one feels actually as any other pairs of Adidas shoes in my sizing. So my recommendation will be that if you have skinny and normal feet, you can just stay with your true to size. But just in case you have wide feet, guys, most definitely you'll need to go with a half size up, just to make sure that this one is not gonna be too tight for you. So overall, guys, this release coming from Adidas, which finally made its way to me after 3 weeks of waiting. In my opinion, it's much nicer than the first release, which, as I said at that time, doesn't have too much padding. The materials were good, but even the color blocking wasn't great either. So this one, even though shares the same name, it's actually inspired by another pair of shoes from the 1964. It seems that this one will just have another layer of suede here at the front. Rather than that, this one seems to be completely the same. So this one for 100 pounds, guys, will bring actually quite nice materials. I would say towards premium, which are feeling actually quite nice. Inside, we're also gonna have a very nice lining and also a very good level of comfort, which will come only from that foam insole. As I said earlier, this rubber midsole slash outsole doesn't provide any comfort whatsoever, but I would say that overall this one, it's quite a nice drop, which brings quite good materials, looks very good, also feels quite good on foot as well. So most definitely, if you have the chance to go for this one, guys, you should go for it. It's quite an interesting one, which, as I said earlier, it can replace quite easily a pair of Sambas or Gazelles. I really feel that the overall materials are much nicer, and also the looks as well. So yeah, guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of this finally arrived second pair of Adidas Japan, which has made its comeback from the 1964 archives. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.